आज हमने ये लेटर भी इंडिया के प्राइम मिनिस्टर को और पाकिस्तान को प्राइम मिनिस्टर को लिखा है, ये जानते हुए कि कोई भी प्राइम मिनिस्टर कितना भी ताकतवर हो, उसकी जो लेगेसी है वो ये नहीं होती वो कितना ताकतवर था या वो कितने साल प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफिस में रहा। उसकी लेगेसी इससे देखी जाती है कि उसने अपने वक्त में कितने कॉन्फ्लिक्ट रिजॉल्व किए। और इस वक्त मोदी जी के पास भी एक बहुत बड़ा सुनहरी मौका है कि जो जम्मू कश्मीर का जो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है, जिसकी वजह से साग भी बंद पड़ा हुआ है, जो साग जिसका हमारा मुल्क हिंदुस्तान जिसको लीड कर सकता था, वो भी जम्मू कश्मीर के मसले की वजह से, पाकिस्तान के साथ टेंशन की वजह से वो भी बिल्कुल खत्म शुद्ध हो गया है।
To have Indian signatories such as Dr. Farooq Abdullah, Mirwaiz Omar Farooq, Mehbooba Mufti, Mani Shankar Iyer, who are all part of these signatories who have in fact gone on to sign that letter which has been penned to Prime Minister Modi and the Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif both. Now, it should be highlighted that this is calling for dialogue and diplomacy to prevail. There are over 100 prominent citizens from India and Pakistan who have called for an end to continued hostility between both the countries. They are also seeking restoration of full diplomatic relations between the states and reinstatement, more importantly, of the High Commissioners to India and Pakistan. This is in resumption to normal visa services for citizens for both countries. But remember, India has firmly maintained that terror and talks cannot go hand in hand, even more so after Operation Sindoor, which has now established India's new norm when it comes to tackling terrorism. And even though track to talks have been taking place in Colombo and Bangkok, it's nothing new. This kind of track to diplomacy has been happening even when there's been a freeze in diplomatic ties between Islamabad and New Delhi in the past as well. But the Indian Foreign Secretary, Shri Vikram Misri, has gone on record to in fact decline that New Delhi has no role to play. The Indian External Affairs Ministry has no role to play even as these track two talks have been taking place. But will this letter that's been penned by 100 signatories now have any kind of influence over New Delhi? We'll have to see, because remember, not just India's External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar, but Indian Prime Minister himself have made it amply clear that terror and talks cannot go hand in hand.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is therefore deeply regrettable that this landmark treaty now faces its gravest challenge. India's unilateral decision to place the treaty in abeyance has no basis in the treaty itself or in the international law. Equally concerning has been the suspension of cooperation through the institutional mechanism that have been long served both countries under this treaty. Pakistan's position is very, very clear. We reject India's unilateral and illegal announcement. The Indus Waters Treaty remains valid, binding, and fully operative. No party can unilaterally suspend or terminate its obligations under a treaty that contains no such provision. This is not merely Pakistan's interpretation, it reflects the fundamental principle of international law that treaties must be performed in good faith.